What's good, everyone? I want everyone to check out this nonsense here that's been going on social media. You got a lot of delusional black people around here who are embarrassing the community, right? Straight up embarrassing the community. Now it's all over TikTok. You'll see a few of this nonsense on social media. So what I'm going to do, yeah, I'm going to still break down some of the music stuff, but I'm also going to break down these pretendians, not the producer pretendians. Yeah, I'm going to deal with some of those later, but the real pretendians, these goofballs who sit around here and think they're Indian. They're this. I'm going to break it. I'm going to break it down for everyone who are unaware. There is a sect of African Americans, because they are African Americans, that claim that they are Indian and that the slave trade never happened. I mean, you talking about disrespecting your ancestors, disrespecting your culture. I mean, you have never seen anything like this happen in any other culture or race of people. Only black people. I'm just going to be straight up and say it. This madness and nonsense, and it's a demographic too. Y'all know what demographic I'm talking about here. The least educated in our culture. They are the only ones who fall for nonsense that spreads on social media and nonsense that's in music, right? There's this song by Young Miami that's promoting scamming, right? Spend it for all my scamming ass. You know what I'm saying? So guess what's going to happen? Because you know I'm just going to be honest with you. There are individuals in our community who just conscientiously can't decipher between entertainment and reality, right? So they're going to go ahead and do it and assume that scamming people is the right thing to do, right? And some of them have already done it. And of course, they have gotten caught and arrested and are going to prison for a long period of time, along with paying thousands upon thousands of dollars in fines. I mean, it's just ridiculous behavior in our community. But let me go ahead and show you this right here. Now, this individual right here, Julius Williams, right? This is his response to my comment to one of those pretendian posts, right? Audiolithic Mac, I am Seminole Creek. See, I want to stop right there, because most of these pretendians, right, he won't claim Seminole Creek. He will make up some false, phony word, Seminole Creek. You know why? Because it's a federal offense to falsely claim a Native American ancestry, right, for profit or promotion. For profit or promotion. It is a federal offense to falsely claim a Native American tribe. So instead of saying I am Seminole Creek, he's going to spell Seminole Creek. So that tells me that these pretendians know the business, right? They know that they are promoting a scam and a lie, right? Now, in the narrative that we came from the Maroons, it is somewhat a misnomer. My grandmother lived to be 2 weeks away from 101 and always told us that we ain't no Negroes. Then what are you then? Looking at you, sir, you're not Indian, you're not Scandinavian or white tea. So what are you? You are not an Indian. Again, Native Americans never called themselves Indian. The term Indian came from European colonizers, dude. Colonizers. And here we go, and he goes and goes. We never came over on a boat. No, sir, you didn't come over on a boat, but our ancestors did. You were just part of the lineage that was born here in America, doofus. Our ancestors came from Africa via slave ships. We can go back at least 10 generations. This man can't name anybody 10 generations. So basically, you telling me you can name all 2,048 of your ninth generation grandparents, and I believe 10th generation is 4,096. So you can name all 4,096 by name, right? Common sense right here. Common sense, right? And this dude with this all this claiming our land, reclaiming our land. If you want land, you buy land, goofy. Nobody's gonna give you free land. This is how oblivious and delusional these pretendians are. They actually assume just because I just falsely claim Indian, the United States government is going to give us land. These people have really lost their minds, right? But it all started with this guy named Dane Calloway, right? Dane Calloway. This dude has no degree in anything, right? But this is how low-minded and just oblivious individuals are on social media. Just like following these grifters when it comes to the music space. They follow these guys. They follow all the misinformation and believe anything that's on social media. They won't listen to anything that's academic, right? Anything that's logical, anything that's rational, anything that comes from actual research that has been peer reviewed and studied. No, we don't believe that. We believe in memes. We believe in individuals who have no degrees. We believe in individuals who just dropped out of high school. We believe in individuals, right, who were released from prison, and all they did, instead of trying to find a skill to take back into the public domain after prison, they decided, oh, we'll just figure out another little grift so we can con and scam people. And that's what this pretending and nonsense is. This falsely claiming Native American ancestry. And not only that, these people are also claiming that Egypt is America. I mean, the madness just never ceased with these pretenders. Now, I want you to check out my response right here. Now, this is my response. Plus, in addition, you should have the names of all your ninth generation great grandparents, all 2,048 of them correct. So all 2,048 of your ninth generation grandparents were Seminoles. And here's my other response. If you are Seminole Creek, which is there's no such thing, the Seminoles, right? They separated from the creek. There's no such thing as Seminole Creek, which there is no such thing. Of course, I said that. And show us your tribal card, of course. To be Native American, right, who have legitimate Native American ancestry, you must have a tribal card. These pretendians don't, right? Then there's DNA evidence to show that you have real Native American ancestry, genetic ancestry. Oh, do you know what do you know what the response is from these pretendians? DNA tests are fake. Do you understand what we're dealing with here? A bunch of delusional crackpots here, and of course, the name of your black Seminole leader, because the black Seminoles had leaders and chiefs, right? So if you come from Black Seminole Creek, then you will also know who your black Seminole leader is by name and yet lineage to those leaders. Of course, they don't know. There's no name. And of course, if you are so-called Seminole, right, excluding the black, because he said he was just Seminole Creek, not black or maroon, right? Then what's your clan and the name of your chief? And of course, you get nothing, right? And can you provide that information along with the reservation your clan is located at, sir? And I told him that falsely claiming Native American ancestry for profit or promotion is a federal offense. And of course, I didn't get any reply from him after the fact. He has ghosted me when I broke down that information. And then when I looked up his Facebook page, the guy's not even from Florida or Oklahoma. The guy was born and raised in Pennsylvania, people. So this is what we have to deal with on social media. A group of black people, right, in the black community, many of them not the best educated, right, They have decided to just follow grifters and falsely claim to be Native American when they have no tribal card, not a single ancestor linked to any tribe on any doll's roll, whether they be maroon, Afro indigenous, fully indigenous, or freedmen, right? Freedmen who are owned by many of the 5 civilized tribes, right? And of course, no DNA, right? And no family tree with any names linked to any clan or any tribe, right? So basically, this is fraud, people. This is fraud. And many of these, I shouldn't say many, but quite a number of these pretendians have been arrested federally for fraud, for this fraud, right? And what's going to happen is, right, many of the Native American tribal leaders, right? I'm just going to be honest with you and tell you what's going on, right? Many of them are filing paperwork to get a lot of these pretendians locked up in federal prison because they think everything is a game and everything is funny. No, you're disrespecting a culture. Not only you're disrespecting your own culture, you're stealing and disrespecting another culture, right? This culture is federally protected. So I'm telling you what's going to end up happening. You're going to see a lot of these online pretendians in handcuffs because many of them don't work. They're just like the typical individual on social media, bumming and begging and panhandling, and will find any little new grift to try to promote themselves. That's all this pretending and nonsense is. Falsely claiming Native American ancestry is. Right? So I'm going to educate a lot of you on YouTube who are very unaware of this mental illness that has been created by social media. Right? Social media has created this delusion. Right? So, of course, I'm going to be creating videos about music and stuff like that. But I'm also going to be making videos. I want everybody to know these pretendians. I want them to feel it's shame, 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 shame. I do. Because I really can't stand these pretendians. Because they're con artists and grifters, just like the ones I've been telling you about. Right? Bumming and begging and panhandling. Right? They're no different. They're the same mentality, right? Squatters, right? Identity thieves. The same mold of people. And like I stated before, and I stated in the past, and what I'm about to say right now, the grift will be over pretty soon. And you're going to see a lot of these pretendians with tears coming from their face, falling down their faces with handcuffs because they just didn't know any better. It's going to be too late to say, oh, well, I was tricked by Dave Calloway. No, ma'am. We told you. We told you it's a federal offense to falsely claim Native American ancestry for profit or promotion. You can't do it. If you are Native American, right, then you will have a tribal card, a member of a tribe, right? You would have a blood quantum. That means DNA testing, right? You would need to take a DNA test to prove that you are part of a lineage connected to a clan or tribe that is federally recognized. That's how it works. Do you understand, pretendians? So I'm going to break down more information regarding these pretendians because this nonsense has to end right now. It has gotten out of hand. They are embarrassing black people, right? African Americans across the globe, right? I know Aborigines who are calling out these pretendians. And Aborigines are the oldest civilization of Homo sapiens to date, right? They represent the first human civilization. I'm talking about not homogeneous groups, right? Because most humans, early Homo sapiens, were in clusters, homogeneous groups and families. The Aborigines of Australia was the first civilization. I'm talking about mass group of people together, right? You don't see them saying, "Oh, we were already here," you know. You black people in America, we're older than y'all. Who are you? You don't see them saying stuff like that. They're just living their lives, minding their own business, and being respectful. Their only fight is the colonizers, right? Who colonize their land. That's their fight. Just like Native Americans are fighting the colonizers of this land, the United States of America. The same people, Europeans, right? European colonizers. Yet these pretendians, right, are calling Native Americans fake and Siberian while denying their African ancestry, right? Calling Africans tethers and all other type of nonsense. This is madness, people. Sheer madness. But I will dig a little deeper in this pretendian madness later on. But for now, take care. Peace. Audiolithic Mac. I'll be back.